your circuit and Tabata workout. So this is how it's going to work. First half of the workout is going to focus on lower body. Second half of the workout, we are going to focus on upper body and core. In each of those halves, you're going to have a circuit and then a Tabata blast. For the circuit, I'm going to give you 5 exercises. We're going to do each for 45 seconds. We're going to do them back to back, no rest. When you finish the 5, we're going to rest for 30 seconds, and then we will repeat. In total, you're going through that circuit 3 times. For our Tabata, it's 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. You do 8 rounds of that. I'm going to give you 2 exercises, and you'll alternate between the 2. All you're going to need for today's workout is a mini resistance band loop and a set of medium weights. So medium could be anywhere probably between 8 and 15 pounds. I'm using a set of 10 pounds. You could even go lighter than that, down to 5 pounds. I'm going to show you a preview of the exercises in the first half, and then we will do a warm-up and we will get right into it. Bring that heart rate up. I want you to start with some jumping jacks in place. We're going to alternate between jumping jacks, high knees, butt kickers, and we're just going to do them twice. On my count, take it to high knees in 3, 2, 1. We're going to drive those knees up. Now, throughout this workout, I got Christina over here. She's going to be doing the exercises along with me. I got Rachel over here. She's going to be doing the modified butt kickers in 3, 2, 1. So you're just going to bring a heel in towards your bum, pumping those arms as you do. Back to jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. So we're just going to do a quick warm up here. If you need longer, you can always pause the video, take some time to do any additional warming up you need. High knees in 3, 2, 1. Drive those knees up. To modify, you're just going to march one at a time. Butt kickers in 3, 2, 1. Draw one heel in towards your bum at a time. On my count, feet a little wider than hips width apart. We're going to take it to squats in 3, 2, 1. So we're sinking down, weight in the heels, drive it up, squeeze your glutes at the top. Down and up. One more, next time you're at the bottom, hold low, give me some little pulses here. Now I want you to bring the elbows to the insides of your knees. You might step the feet out a little wider. You can sway side to side. And we're going to bring hands down to the ground, straighten those legs, come into a forward fold, roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, sweep those arms up overhead. Let's do that one more time. Come down into a squat. You can use those elbows to kind of push your legs out a little wide. Whoop, as I fall over, that was good. Bring your hands to the floor, straighten those legs, forward fold, roll it up, arms overhead. Good, and then from here I want us to turn to the side. We're going to come down into a lunge. Your hands are on the inside of that front foot, and I want you to peel that inside arm up towards the ceiling for a twist. Good. Coming back through center, I want you to step that foot back, other foot steps forward. Inside arm reaches up towards the ceiling, twist it open. Good. Coming back through center, step back into your plank. Give me some slow mountain climbers, drawing one knee in towards your nose at a time. One more each side, draw it in. Draw it in, meet in your plank. I want you to walk your hands back towards your feet, roll it up, and let's get to that workout. First circuit coming up. All right, so weights at your shoulders. We're just gonna do a squat and we are going to add a pulse at the bottom. So I want your feet a little wider than hips width apart so there's some tension on that resistance band. 3, 2, 1. Take it down to your low squat, give me a little pulse at the bottom and then stand it up. If these get to be too much, just drop down to one weight. weights or body weight. Okay, take it down. So we're gonna do a hip bridge. We're gonna pulse at the top. If you can, I want you to bring a weight to hips. Weight is in the heels. With your hips at the top, you're pulsing the hips up an inch and then knees out an inch. So squeeze the glutes, then push out against that band. If these feel easy, use both weights. Grab your other one and put it on your hips as well. Wide and up. You got it, guys. After this, you got 30 seconds to recover. Now, in this bridge position, I don't want you to hyperextend through the low back. So still draw the navel in towards the spine. Okay, your core is active here. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay. So round 1 of our circuit is done. We are gonna do that twice more. You have 30 seconds here to shake it out. Okay, we're gonna start back at the top with those banded squats, adding in a little pulse at the bottom. Grab your weights, you're gonna have one at each shoulder. Now think back to the first round. If it was a little too heavy, maybe you just use one weight under your chin. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down to the bottom, little pulse, stand it up nice and tall. Little pulse, up to the top. Remember, if you were doing the modified version, you were watching Rachel over here, okay? Now at the bottom of the squat, I want you to notice the chain of movement here. It's hips back, torso hinges forward. So at the bottom, weight is in my heel. My knees are not jutting out farther than the toes. My spine is long. My core is active, but I'm not totally tucking the tailbone, okay? A few more seconds here. We're gonna take it into that side lunge. Up next, you're gonna start to the right. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so your right foot is gonna step out. Low side lunge, the non-target side steps in, steps wide, and then you come back to the top. Now, you can use one weight for this. So if it's a little too heavy, drop down to 1 and just holding that remaining weight under your chin. So we're pushing against the resistance band as we step out. When you're in that low side lunge, I want you to check in on that knee. The knee is tracking in the same direction as the toes. Don't let the weight of that resistance band cause your knee to buckle in, okay? So we're engaging through our glutes and our abductors to keep the knees tracking straight ahead. Down, little tap in, out, stand it up. On my count, you're just gonna switch sides. 3, 2, 1, take it over to the left. So now your left foot steps out as wide as you can. You're in that low side lunge. Step it in, step it back. Come to the top. Keep this going, you have 20 more seconds. Good, so when you do that little step in and out, I want you to stay light on this foot. So just little tap, out. Notice Christina isn't transferring weight into this foot when she steps it in, it's a light tap. So we're keeping the focus on that left side. On my count, we're gonna ditch the weights. We're going into that squat jack with a little hop in 3, 2, 1. Drop those weights, okay? This is the tough one. So feet jump in, wide, give me a little hop. In, wide, little hop. If that hop is getting to be too much, I want you to go in, wide. Give me a pulse. In, wide, just a little pulse, okay? So you can always dial down the intensity on these exercises. Your goal is to stay active though. So modifying, awesome. Stopping, not as awesome. Try to stay in it. We have 15 seconds to go. We're gonna make our way down to the floor up next in 10 seconds, and I want a quick transition into that hip bridge, okay? Give me 3, give me 2, give me 1. Make it down to the floor. Grab a weight, maybe both weights at your hips. Your heels are under your knees. We find that high bridge position, then remember, it's just a little pulse, up and wide. When you pulse up, I want you to picture making a fist with your butt cheeks, okay? It sounds weird, but we squeeze through the seat, up, little pulse out and wide, up. Just alternating between the two. We're not hyperextending through that low back. So remember, your core is active, pull the navel in towards the spine. Keep it going, fight through that burn for 10 more seconds. Give me 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, 30 seconds to rest. We just have one more time through that circuit to go. Okay, start collecting those weights. Mine are scattered all about here. We're gonna start from the top. We have one more time through this circuit, and then we are done with your lower body circuit, and we'll move on to the Tabata. All right, so rack those weights at your shoulders. Step those feet a little wider than hips width apart. We got that squat with a pulse at the bottom, right into it. At the top, you're finishing that squat by bringing the hips forward, squeezing your glutes, but keeping your abs in tight. When we do that pulse at the bottom, weight is in your heels. Down, little pulse, up. So last time through the circuit, I swear it helps when you just keep reminding yourself mentally, last time I'm gonna see this exercise today. Check them off the list one by one as we go through. You have 10 seconds to go. We'll take it into that side lunge up next. You can keep both weights or you can drop down to one. We'll start on the right side in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you're gonna step your right foot out, low side lunge, tap it in, tap it wide, and then stand it up. When you do that little tap with your left foot, it's lightly in. I don't want you to come with weight in both feet ever, okay? It's still isolated on the right side. Little tap in, out, and then push off that right leg to stand. You have 20 seconds to go here. Coming up, you're just gonna switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, left side. Big step out, tap in, tap wide, come back up. Now, when you are in that low side lunge, I want you to picture the left side of your body is up against a wall. So I want you to think left ankle, left knee, left hip bone, left shoulder, all kind of along that wall, okay? So really step out wide and then back up. So a way to keep that alignment is I want you to think about sending the hips back. That's more important than stepping the foot out super wide. If you go too wide, you're not gonna be able to get that alignment, okay? So think hips back, sitting low into that side lunge, and up. Last few seconds here. We're gonna drop the weights in 3, 2, 1. Okay, squat jack with that little hop. Feet in narrow, feet wide, hop it up, land low. In, wide, hop it up. You're in your last 90 seconds of this circuit, okay? 45 here, 45 in that hip bridge. Little hop. If the burn gets to be too much, stand up, okay? Instead of hopping, come out of the squat and then sink it back down low, okay? You have 15 seconds. You can give me 15 more seconds. Maybe try to pick up the pace a little bit. In, out, up. Build up that burn. It shouldn't be easy. 5 seconds. You got this. We're gonna make our way to the floor in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, hip bridge. Coming down, we're in our last 45 seconds of this circuit. If you're using that extra weight, put it on your hips. Lift your hips up high. Holding them high, it's that little pulse combo. Up and out. Good, squeezing through the seat. Core is engaged. Picture buttoning your bottom 2 ribs together just so you don't hyperextend through the low back. You want to feel the squeeze here in your glutes and your hamstrings, so your low back shouldn't be a tight little angry ball here. Last few seconds, you have under 10 to go. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, you have 30 seconds and we're going right into that Tabata. For the Tabata, you will not need the band, so ditch it. In fact, we are done with the band for the day. Okay, so your 2 exercises, donkey kicks in the tabletop position. You'll be kicking your heels in towards your bum. That's gonna hit quads and also shoulders. Second exercise, we'll stand it up. We will do jump lunges. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds to rest. All right, start making your way into a tabletop position. Rachel's gonna be demonstrating the modifications, okay? So you can always follow her. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're gonna jump up, heels kick in towards your bum, land in that hovering tabletop. Your knees do not touch the floor. So when you land, you're gonna feel quads. You're also gonna feel shoulders. If you need to pause in the tabletop to keep the quads active. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, let's make our way up to standing. Just alternating jump lunges, a different foot in front, modification, alternating back lunges. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 20 seconds. So find a rhythm here. Pump your arms to help you out. And if it gets to be too much, you're stepping one foot back at a time. Whether you are jumping or stepping, I want you to get low in this lunge, okay? So your back knee is coming to hover off the floor. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, first set is done. 3 more to go. Making our way down to that tabletop. Donkey kicks coming your way in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Remember, if you're pausing in this tabletop. Now, I want you to go as quickly as you can and get in as many reps as you can, but never at the sacrifice of proper form, okay? So if you need to pause, do it. You have 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're gonna make our way back up to standing. We have those jump lunges. Whew. 10 seconds is not long enough, right? 3, 2, 1, into it. Let's go. When you land, make sure your front knee is stacked over the heel, all right? We're not jutting it out farther than the toes. Land low and land soft. So notice I'm not stopping with locked knees, sinking right down to the bottom. You're here for 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, just like that, we're halfway there. Make your way back down to tabletop. 3, 2, 1, start those donkey kicks. Now, as I start to tire in these, I give myself a rep number. 3 in a row and then pause, or maybe it's 2 in a row and then pause. Give yourself a number and then stick to it, okay? It's all about pushing past that comfort zone. You have just 4, 3, stay with it, 2, 1, rest. Make your way back up to standing. We have those jump lunges. Whew. Okay, 3, 2, 1, right into it. Second to last time you will see these jump lunges. Remember, if it's too much, switch. Do that alternating back lunge. You have just 4 seconds to go. Pick it up. Can you get a couple more reps in for me? 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Okay. Final set, guys. 2 20-second work intervals to go, and then you're done. Oh, you should really be feeling it in your quads by this point, doing these donkey kicks. Let's go. Take off. Kick up. Land softly. Shoulders and quads on fire. You're over halfway. You can do it. Can you give me 3 more reps? Kick up, land. 3. Give me 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're in our last interval of work, and then we're done with lower body for the day. How exciting is that? Jump lunges coming at you in 3, 2, 1, take off. So this is your final 20 seconds. I want it to be your best 20 seconds. Can you stay continuous throughout the whole time? Keep pace with me. Woo. My legs are on fire. You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Shake it out. You have a full 60 seconds to recover. And I'm gonna now show you a preview of all the exercises you're gonna see in your upper body and core section. so to start off this upper body and core circuit, we're going to do standing tricep kickback. So you're gonna need your weights, you're gonna hinge forward. Now it's gonna be harder if you kick back both arms together. To make it a little easier, I just want you to alternate left and then right, okay? So soft bend to your knees, slide those hips back, core in tight. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're kicking those weights back, squeeze, and then bring those forearms in. So as you do this, we want to make sure that we're not hunching our shoulders. So roll your shoulder blades down your back, spine is long, you reach that tailbone long, and you're kicking. One at a time, we'll make these a little lighter. Again, both together will be harder. Now, besides alternating, the best way to make these easier, and this goes for any exercise really that we're doing with these weights, just use a lighter set of dumbbells. Last few seconds here. Coming up next, we're gonna make our way down to a plank. We're gonna do renegade rows, and we're gonna add in a push-up in 3, 2, 1. So make your way down to plank. From this plank position, you're gonna row right, then left, and then you're gonna give me 1 push-up. You can always drop down to your knees for that push-up. It is better to modify, as I slip around, better to modify and maintain that proper form than to get sloppy. Another way to modify would be to take out the push-up altogether. Okay, so you can stay in tabletop and just row right and then left. If gripping the weights is bothering your wrists at all, do the renegade row right and left, and then just move your hands onto the mat next to them and give me the push-up on your palms. Last few seconds here, we're going to ditch the weights after this, and we're going to work the posterior side of our body. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're coming into a Superman lift to a pull. So laying on your stomach, arms outstretched. First, just lift everything up, and then drive the elbows back in a W shape. Extend the arms forward, and then lower down. Now, as you do this, I want your lower half engaged as well. So yes, this is an upper body core circuit, but you should feel this in your glutes and your hamstrings. So you lift the feet up as you drive those elbows back. Now, yes, we're working the posterior side of our body, but your core is active here too. So when you're laying down on your stomach, I want you to think of drawing the navel in towards your spine so that we're not just pushing down into the floor. Last few seconds here, and then you're just gonna roll over onto your back. We're gonna come into leg lifts with a reverse crunch. 3, 2, 1, roll it over. So hands can come under your hips. We stretch our legs out. You're gonna lift them up to the ceiling and then pick those hips up off the floor. Lower them back down to a hover. Lift, pick those hips up, reach those feet towards the ceiling, and lower. Now, as you lower the legs, you want to pull the navel down towards the floor to protect that low back. You don't want the low back arching off of the ground. When you do that reverse crunch, I want you to try to lift the feet straight up towards the ceiling. So instead of rolling back and your feet going over the head, you're lifting those feet straight up. Perfect. Yeah, Christina, killing it. Modification, you're doing this with your knees bent. You have a few more seconds to go, and then we're gonna come into a reverse tabletop for crab kicks. 3, 2, 1. So triceps are gonna work here. You're kicking one leg up at a time, and as you do, you're bending the elbows slightly, okay? So it's like a little tricep dip as you kick. To modify, first just try slowing it down, okay? Instead of jumping, step 1 foot down at a time. And if that is too much, you're just gonna give me that tricep dip, tapping your bum to the floor and lifting up as Rachel is demoing here. All right, you have 20 seconds to go, and you get that 30 seconds of rest. Little dip as you kick, alternating those feet. Up, up. Good, stay with me. Last 15. If you are feeling comfortable here, let's get out of that comfort zone. Pick it up. Run those feet out. Kick one, kick the next. Last few seconds. Give me 4, 3, 2, rest. Okay, 30 seconds here, and then we're gonna start back at the top with more tricep work. Triceps getting a lot of love here at the start and end of this circuit. Okay, so find your weights. We are gonna start back at the top. We have those tricep kickbacks. At any point, if you need to drop down in weight, that is a-okay. I know, I'm using 10s right now, and I kind of wish that I had 8s, but that's okay, I'm gonna power through. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, tricep kickback. So we lean forward, keep your spine long though. So long spine, I want to talk about that for a second. In this position, I don't want you to tuck your tailbone, but I also don't want you to arch into your low back. Think about maintaining a neutral pelvic alignment. So I want you to picture buttoning your bottom two ribs together, but then also reaching that tailbone long, okay? Long spine, and then we do that kick back from there. Really squeeze when they're straight. Maybe even add in a little pause and then kick them forward. If it's too much, alternate left and then right. It helps a lot. 10 seconds to go. We're gonna make our way down to the floor. We have that renegade row to a push-up in 3, 2, 1. Plant those weights. Now, when you row, I want you to try to keep your hips square to the floor. So if you notice that rowing arm, the hip is peeling open, I want you to bring your feet maybe a little wider than hips width on this one so that you can keep them slightly more level. Row right, row left, give me a push-up. As soon as you start struggling with that push-up and form gets sloppy, knees come down, modified push-up. No shame in that game. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Superman lift and pulls. So laying down on your stomach, draw the belly button in towards your spine, stretch those limbs out, lift everything up so that you kind of bounce on your pelvic bone, and then draw those elbows back, squeeze, extend, and lower. Now I'm gonna sit up just because I'm sure my mic is muffled into my chin laying down there. So you guys are gonna watch Christina for the full version over here. You're gonna watch Rachel for the modified version. Notice Rachel is keeping her lower body on the floor. She's just doing that lift up, squeezing at the top and lowering. When you lift, neutral neck here, so I don't want you to crane your gaze up towards the ceiling. You're looking on the floor in front of you. Last few seconds, and then we're gonna roll around, leg lifts, reverse crunch. 3, 2, 1, flip over. Hands can come under your bum. Legs extend out. You lift them up when those toes point towards the ceiling. Pick your hips up, reverse crunch. You're gonna get into those lower abs. And it's not a roll, so this is what it is not. Notice when I do that, where are my feet? They're going over my head, and I'm just using momentum to get my hips up. That is not effective, okay? So lift up, pause, and then when you reach those hips up, picture your feet are going straight over the hips to the ceiling. Hands under your hips is gonna give you a little added support. If anyone wants to make these harder, you can always take your hands out from underneath your hips. Last few seconds here. We have just one more move to go. After this, on my count, we have those crab kicks with that little tricep dip in 3, 2, 1. We're in that reverse tabletop. Remember this position from doing crab races as a kid in elementary school? Maybe that was just me. Kicking one leg up at a time. Little bend to those elbows, and if you want to challenge, it's more of a run, so you're hopping. So in the harder version, there's a split second where both feet are off the floor as you switch. Dial down the intensity a little bit to just do a march, so you always have one foot firmly planted on the ground. Dial down the intensity even further to keep both feet on the ground and just dip those triceps. I want the backs of your arms on fire by the end of this one, okay? 10 seconds, let's go. You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, 30 seconds to recover. We're going through that one final time, and then you're done with this circuit. Okay, let's make our way up to standing. Third and final time through this circuit. All right, soft bend to the knees, slide those hips back, hinge forward with your upper body. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 45 seconds, tricep kick backs. Tricep kick backs, there we go. Say that 5 times fast. As you kick back, squeeze into the backs of the arms. Maybe try to pause with that arm straight before hammering it forward. Now I want you to notice as you tire, are your elbows kind of dropping down in front of you? I want them lifted behind you, okay? Hold them there and then do that hammering motion. Always the option to alternate. Just over 10 seconds to go, and then we make our way to the ground. Three, 2, 1. Renegade row with that push-up. Okay, row right, row left, 1 push-up, down and up. Always the option to take that push-up from your knees. If the push-up is too much, all together, I want you in tabletop, and you're just gonna row right and row left. So when you row, you're thinking of squeezing your shoulder blade in towards center. As if your shoulder blade, we're gonna give your spine a little hug, okay? In, squeeze, and then we hit the chest, 1 push-up, down and up. You have 10 seconds to go here. In 10 seconds, we're gonna ditch those weights. You're gonna lay down on your back, or on your stomach, not yet. And we're gonna come into that Superman lift. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, move those weights away. Laying down, stretch those limbs front and back. We lift everything up, squeeze your butt, draw those elbows back in a W, extend the arms forward, and lower down. And again, I am going to sit up for this one so that you don't hear my mic muffled into my chest. So when you lift those feet up, I want you to notice, are you lifting the feet up and spreading them out really wide? Try to lift them up and keep the feet in a little closer together. You're gonna notice your glutes have to work a lot harder that way, okay? And as we lift up, you're still engaged through the front core, so pull that navel in towards your spine. Under 10 seconds, well under it. Last few seconds here, we're gonna roll onto our back. We have those leg lifts to reverse crunch in 3, 2, 1. Flip it on over to your back. Hands under your hips for support, or if you want them harder, you can reach your arms out to the side. Legs are straight, lift. Pick those hips up lower, and then lower to a hover. Now I only want you to bring your legs as low as you can, honor that low back. So if your low back is peeling off the floor, you've brought your legs too low. So maybe that means you're only lowering to 45 degrees today. Last few seconds here. We have just 1 more move to go in this circuit in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come into those crab kicks with that little tricep dip. So you're in kind of a reverse tabletop. 1 leg kicks up at a time, bending into those elbows. For a challenge, you kick. So it's a running out instead of a step. Now, when you dip, I want your bum to come just to hover over the floor and then back up. It's a small movement, but you're really gonna feel the backs of the arms light up on this one. It burns, right? Even though we were going heavier with that first exercise, those tricep kickbacks, sometimes you don't need heavy weights to really build up that burn. This is just body weight, but whew, 10 seconds. You are done with the circuit in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you have 30 seconds to recover, and then we have 1 more Tabata to get through. Okay, so 4 minutes, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds to rest. You don't need any equipment for this one, just body weight exercises. We're gonna do get-ups and then mountain climbers, okay? So for the surfer get-up, start with 1 foot in front, doesn't matter which one. We're gonna get these going in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand to the floor, jump back, lower your chest to the ground, press up, hop, land in that low squat with your other foot in front. Okay, let's see how many of these we can get in. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, next up we have mountain climbers. So you're gonna make your way to a plank position. You're probably familiar with these. We're just running 1 knee in at a time. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Run it out. So in these mountain climbers, you want your hips at shoulder height. So make sure your butt isn't piking up into the air. You also wanna make sure your hips aren't sagging down. So a nice, strong plank position. Your shoulders are stacked over the wrists, and you're running it out. You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1, rest, okay? Back at the top of those surfer get-ups. Take off in 3, 2, 1. So these surfer get-ups are kind of like the bottom half of a burpee. If lowering your chest all the way to the ground is too much, I want you to look to Rachel. She's jumping out to plank and then landing in that low position, okay? Hopping out, low plank. 4 more seconds. Stay with me for 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay. Make your way to plank, mountain climbers. Woo. We're getting towards the end of the workout, guys. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, run it out. Now, if these get to be too much, first I just want you to slow it down, one knee in at a time. If that is still too much, I want you to hold your plank. If that is too much, you drop your knees, but you keep your hips lowered so that your core is still active, okay? So anytime something gets to be too much, instead of stopping, just dial down the intensity. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so forget it. We're at the halfway point, already halfway there. So, low squat position, 3, 2, 1. Lower that chest to the floor, hop back up, land low. So this exercise, a lot of core and upper body. It's really a full body exercise. So you're gonna feel your legs working too because we're landing in that low squat. Lots of upper body to push yourself up off that floor though. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest, 10 seconds. Okay, mountain climbers, we're getting there. You hanging in there, girls? We start in 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbers, take off. Run it out. Make sure your shoulders are right over those wrists. Sometimes what we tend to do on this one is we end up kind of supermaning our shoulders far back. Don't do that. Stacked, okay? A few more seconds here. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Just one more time each exercise. You can do that, okay? Surfer get-ups. 2 20-second pushes. Whew, and then you're almost done. I got a surprise for you at the end. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now I want your abs in tight as you're lowering yourself and pushing yourself up off the floor, okay? So it's fine to keep your knees down and first push your upper body up if you need to. 3, 2, 1, rest. Talking too much. All right, we have 20 seconds to go. Mountain climbers to finish. Woo. Take off in 3, 2, 1. Find that plank, let's go. Right to the end, it's 20 seconds, you can do this. Try to find a rhythm and stay in it. Hit, 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 run it out. 10 seconds, you can do 10 more seconds. Maybe you pick up that pace a little bit. Here for 3, 2, 1, done, okay. Good and bad news for you. Good news, we are done with the circuits, we are done with the Tabatas. Bad news, these workouts end in a 60-second burpee challenge. Here's the deal. 60 seconds on the clock. You have 60 seconds to recover right now, by the way. 60 seconds on the clock, you can do any variation of a burpee you want. So maybe you add in a push-up, maybe you just jump to plank, maybe you lower your chest all the way to the ground, up to you. But you're gonna keep track of how many reps you get in, okay? So that is the one rule. Count your reps. Next time you do this workout or do another workout in this series, you're gonna try to beat your rep number. Okay, 60 seconds on the clock. Remember, I want you to count your rep numbers. My competitive people, I got 21 last time. See if you can beat 21 reps, okay? I wasn't lowering my chest all the way down though, so maybe that's cheating. We're gonna take off in 3, 2, 1. Any variation of a burpee you wanna do. How many can you get in 60 seconds? You can slow down if you need to. You cannot stop though, all right? I want 60 seconds of continuous motion. This is how you finish up your workout. You are halfway there. Whew, I'm slowing down. 15 seconds to go. Give me at least 3 more reps. Three, 2, 1, done. Oh, honestly, I forgot to keep count. I definitely didn't make 21 though. How many did you get? 16. 20, all right. Okay guys, take a few seconds to let yourself catch your breath, heart rate come down. I'm gonna lead you through a quick cool down, but I encourage you to take some more time on your own to stretch. So from here, big breath in, reach those arms overhead. And exhale, lower those arms. Twice more, inhale. Whew. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Now we did a lot for the triceps today, so I want you to bring one hand over your head and gently pull on the back of the arm. And we're gonna shake it out and just do the same thing on the other arm. Gentle press back. Good. From here, release. I want you to step one foot forward. We're gonna come into a runner's lunge, lower that back foot all the way to the ground. So this is a nice opener for that back hip flexor. From here, I want you to take the arm of your back leg and sweep it up and over to the side for a side body stretch. And then coming back through center, you're gonna shift your hips back, straightening out your front leg, flex the foot, fold forward for a hamstring stretch. Think about bringing your chest towards the knee, not just bowing your head. All right, you're gonna bend into that knee, come forward, hands to the ground, step that foot back, and then just switch over to the other side. So your other foot comes forward, drop the back knee, bring your torso up here in that runner's lunge. You should feel a nice opener through that back hip flexor. Arm of that back leg is gonna sweep up and over to the side. Coming back through center, you're gonna shift your hips back, straightening out that front leg, flex the foot, fold forward, chest towards the knee. Good, and then coming into a seated position, we're gonna find butterfly legs. So I want the bottoms of your feet together, your knees out wide. Hands are gonna grab your feet. I want you to roll those shoulders back, nice long spine, and then lean forward again. Lead with your chest, okay? Feel that nice opening through the inner thighs and groin. Now, like I mentioned, this is just a quick cool down. Always encourage you to take longer to stretch, maybe foam roll it out. You did an awesome work today. That is your class. Great job.